immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom now, erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law.
And today is Sunday, December 8th, 2024, and the word of the day is peace. I begin the second week of Advent by affirming peace for myself and all beings, and letting the peace of God flow through me. Peaceful living does not mean isolation from noise or turmoil. It means calm, even in the middle of the hubbub. At this time of year, when so many seem busy and rushed, I rely on the peace of God that resides within to promote calm in my home, in my life, and in the world. Prayer helps me stay centered, serene, and relaxed, so I can be an instrument of peace, holding thoughts of tranquility and affirming peace in every heart. I move through this day and Advent season, affirming kindness and compassion. I give the gift of peace as I let it flow from my heart like ripples on a lake, sustaining each person in concentric circles of tranquility and goodwill. And Romans 15 through 33 says, "The God of peace be with all of you."
Right here where we are, peace is Right where we are, faith is. Right where we are, love is, joy is, God is. So take one more deep breath, and as you exhale, let go of all the rest. And just be right here, right now. Right where you are is a safe place, a sacred place. Right where you are, you get to choose. Today you choose peace. So I invite you to bring to your mind's eye what peace looks like to you. Maybe peace to you looks like love, looks like happiness. Maybe peace looks like calm, serenity. Maybe it looks like harmony. Maybe it looks like stillness. Whatever it is, I invite you to hold that vision, that feeling of peace in your heart. And with each breath that you take, breathe in that peace as your truth. And as we exhale, let that peace move from your heart out into the world and send that peace out to people next to you in this room and online, to our community that we're sitting here with this morning. Seeing that peace reach into the heart of each and every person, into the places where maybe they can't hold peace for themselves, we can hold it for them. Now with your next breath, again, breathe in that peace into your heart, take it in, allow it to embrace you. And as you exhale, send that peace from your heart out a little further, outside of these walls, to your friends, to your family, to your neighbors, your co-workers. And see that sense of peace reaching into their hearts and allowing them to be embraced in that feeling. And if there's a place where we said prayers, or there may be worry, or there may be concern, send a little extra prayer there, a little extra prayer of peace. Remember that wherever they may not be able to hold a place of peace, we can hold it for them. We hold it together. Remembering that we are one, and the peace we hold is peace for all. Again, with your next breath, bring that peace in and just allow it to wrap around you. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like to be in a state of peace. With your next breath, allow that peace to wrap around you, and then through your heart, send it out even further. Out to your neighborhood, to the state, to the country, to the world, into the darkest corners, into the places where maybe people are feeling peace. And send it there as well. And see each person lit up with the peace in their heart, lit up with the Christ presence within their heart. Without knowing how or when or where, just see it as done. Remembering that with each and every one is, God is, and there peace is possible. So I invite you to allow your heart to connect with the next person in your mind, to the peace within their heart. Even if it's just the smallest bit, as we connect, peace grows. See their heart connecting to the next person, to the next person's peace, and the peace in that person's heart connected to the next. And just envision in your mind's eye peace spreading from one heart to the next around the entire world. What might that look like for you? See this radiant light glowing from the earth, radiating peace, connecting us, reminding us of our truth. And then bring that love and that light back into your heart. And feel the peace that encompasses us all when we allow it. Bring in that peace that connected to each and every heart. And allow it to flow from you to you and back through you. For just the next couple seconds, allow yourself to be still in this peace. Peace, be still. Just notice. Just notice. When you're ready, begin to bring your attention back to this space. And bring that peace with you, that peace that is always within you. Always available to you. And open your eyes when you're ready. Just feel the peace in this room. The peace that is your gift. Your gift to receive and to give. And so it is. Now he'll join me in the meditation response, affirming our truth.
Holidays are joyful.
that you wish you could spend Christmas with? Oh, beautiful. So this is the second Sunday of Advent, as we shared. And our journey through Advent season is really a time of anticipation and hope. And for many of us, we're thinking Christmas trees and presents and excitement. But it's really more about awakening to that Christ presence within us. We're drawn to this promise of peace on the second week of Advent. And I bet as I invited each of you to think about what peace means to you or what it looks like or feels like to you, it was probably different for each and every one in this room. Peace comes in many forms. Sometimes peace brings tears. It's so beautiful. It's such a feeling of peace listening. Sometimes peace looks like just being still. And stillness isn't always silent, by the way. But this theme resonates deeply, or even ruffles a few feathers, when there's so much turmoil, there are so much challenges, or whatever. We can look out into the world, we can look into our own lives, and it's like, but that doesn't feel very peaceful, but that doesn't make me feel very happy, or whatever it is. And I wanted to invite you in this moment just to remember that even if there's something that shows up in your world, in your mind, remember that's only part of the story. Peace is included too. Peace is always an option. And even when there may be chaos or turmoil going on here, there's love and faith and peace and joy available to us. So I read this funny little quote about Christmas that I wanted to share with you. It kind of chuckled. It made me chuckle. You know, in the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we often forget to equate peace to the absence of conflict, to the absence of stress. And the holidays bring up some stress for most people, right? I mean, whether it be financial stress or shopping, for me, I'm like, oh, I want to shop. I mean, online is a little easier, but, you know, for some people, it's maybe a conflict that they have with family, or maybe they're missing a family member who's no longer with us. But there's so many different types of stress. But this made me chuckle a little, so I want to share it with you. Can you even imagine what it would be like to have a day set aside to ponder this greatest gift of all? What would it be like to have a day to commemorate the birth of Jesus? Take a journey into a magical land. A land where there are no Christmas trees, no ornaments, no Christmas lights. A land where there's no Black Friday frenzy and no Cyber Monday madness. A land where there is no Santa Claus, no Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I know better on that one. A land where Grandma never got run over by a land where there's no commercials inciting children to hound their parents for gifts they don't need until finally one of the parents gives in and then the other one gets mad because they did. A land where parents don't have to worry about some child telling their child that Santa doesn't exist. A land where the credit card bills don't hang on for months while the gifts that were purchased with those same credit cards are forgotten, lying in the corner of the bedroom somewhere. A land where no one frets about whether to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Did you know there's about 14 holidays between Thanksgiving and New Year? And side note. Just try to imagine such a place. A land of peace. And maybe some of those don't feel like chaos to you or stress. But many of them, I mean, we laugh, but I don't do Black Friday. I did it once, and I swore I would never do it again, and I have not forgotten that lesson. And that was, gosh, my mom's been gone 25 years, and that's the year I did it for her. I told her, if ever you want me to do this again, I will buy what you want on a different day, and I will pay you what you think you were going to say. I'll never do it again. Whatever it is for you, it may look different. My aunt used to make 12 different kinds of cookies for everyone she knew. That, to me, looks like stress. She loved it. Right? Perspective is everything. So just imagine what it might be like. Because some of it may be possible to change for you. For me, I decided a couple years ago, now that my kids are in their 30s and just stopped by briefly enough to eat and open their gifts now because they have 5 other places to go. I decided to stop putting up my giant tree plus a couple others. And now I just put up one, just a small one that I love and brings me joy. That was one way I could shift out of the stress and the chaos and then the stories I would tell about why doesn't anyone appreciate all the work I do? Where is everyone? Don't you see how much effort I put into it? And then I could just look at it and go, gosh, I really love that. And I still get to pick out my favorite ornaments. I still get to enjoy the lights. So what might peace look like to you? Today, I like to look up monthly and weekly and daily observations, right? Today is pretend to be a time traveler day. Ooh, that's fun. That's a whole other talk and conversation, really. But for today, I'd like to invite you to remember a time that you felt peace. Just whatever first comes to your mind. Remember a time where you're like, oh yeah, that was peace. Now I want you to imagine a time in the future where you do feel peace. What might it look like? It might not look the same. It might look completely different. But what might it look like to you? Can you remember a time? And maybe it's at the holidays, maybe it's another time. What does it feel like? Where did you feel it in your body? What around you created that feeling of peace? Because when we look to see where it came from, we have the opportunity to create more. Because the truth is, it's always available. It's always here. It's always included. Just depends on what you're focusing on. We create the life we focus on. And there may be a whole other existence still going on at the same time, but whatever we focus on is what we notice and what we experience. So just remember what it might have felt like. I want to look at the metaphysical meaning of peace. What does Charles Fillmore say about this? In the revealing word, it says, peace is harmony and tranquility, derived from awareness of the Christ consciousness. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, John 14:27. It goes on to say, steadfast affirmations of peace will harmonize the whole body structure and open the way to attainment of health conditions in mind and body. But then Charles says, until world peace is based on the divine law of love, and this law incorporated into the pact of peace as well as into the minds of those who sign the pact, there will be no permanent peace. The divine law of love. So as I invited you in the meditation to send peace into the hearts of each and every other person, did anyone run into a wall or maybe not that one, or I'm not ready to offer peace to that one because they did, if we don't start with us, peace can't happen around us, because it's all about our consciousness, our state of mind. The unity teaches, all their teachings are about the law of mind to action, right? What happens in our mind is what we create. Teaches that peace, really, based on these teachings, is more profound than a state of being. It's really a sense of tranquility. It comes from within, this quiet confidence in the divine of the universe. Now that doesn't mean confidence in traffic on the way to work, confidence in the family member that might act up, confidence in even your ability to do it all. Even though I'm trying to do it all. Every time I try to do it all, I let myself down. It seems I can't conquer the whole world in a day. Have you noticed? Anyone else try that? And they're like, oh. What it's saying is this quiet confidence is in the divine of the universe. And if we believe all these things that we say we do, and we remember to remember them, then that peace is always within us, because within us is that Christ presence. So where is peace? It's not out there where people may not be getting along. It's not out there where there may be evidence of reasons to be afraid. It's here where you get to choose what evidence you're looking for. It's right here where you get to choose, even in the midst of the storm, to be peace, to choose that. The power of our thoughts is what unity is all about. The Fillmores emphasize that thoughts create our reality. So negative thoughts filled with fear and worry interrupt our peace, right? I mean, it makes sense. I'll never forget hearing Michael Beckwith say that worry is like praying for the worst possible outcome. I thought, okay, good reminder. My thoughts are prayers. What am I focusing on and contributing to? If I'm in worry, I'm contributing to that. And yet, even if you're worried about a loved one, maybe you put someone in prayer, you may be in worry about what's going on. But can you also remember that right within them, God is. Right in that situation, God is. Because in that reminder, in that return to memory of wholeness, as Deepak Chopra put it, he said healing is return to memory of wholeness. And that, when we remember, peace exists. Peace grows from that. So of course, positive thoughts on the flip side, rooted in love and faith, can actually cultivate this sense of harmony. It actually radiates from you. And it's contagious. Attitudes are contagious. I used to say that a lot when my kids were teenagers. I didn't say it in the same context I am now. It was more a little bit of a threat that attitudes are contagious. Be careful. If I catch yours. But yet, attitudes are contagious, so is yours worth catching? What are you bringing out into the world? Charles Fillmore said, and this is back in 1915, and this article is really interesting, but again, it was kind of a long rant he went on around war in the world. And the article that he wrote in Unity Magazine in August of 1950, he was kind of ranting, and almost in a way where it sounded like he might have been fed up with people forgetting the truth. It was really interesting to read, but he said, before this peace is established in all states of mind that bring about war must be broken up. Before this peace is established, all states of mind that bring about war must be broken up. Remember, war isn't just out there in the world with military. War happens right here. The metaphysics of heaven and hell are a state of consciousness. Are you at war or are you at peace? I'd like to read to you a little bit out of our Advent book. The Advent theme this year is Be Not Afraid, the Comfort of Christmas. And this week's piece, I'm just going to read you a piece of it, a piece of peace, from Reverend Bronte Colbert. He says, sometimes troubles in the world around us and our awareness of things we don't want might make peace feel hard to find. Have you ever had a hard time finding peace? I have. We all have moments, right? In John 14:27 tells us, do not let your hearts be troubled and do not let them be afraid. But is that easier said than done? Yes. Fear happens, worry happens. So he goes on to say, spiritual practices such as prayer and meditation can guide us back to our center and help us float above our troubles, if only for a while. As we consciously shift our thinking to a more positive outlook, we can help ourselves find peace and demonstrate that sense of peacefulness as we walk in the world. Consider dedicating time each day, or as you are able, to prayerful recognition of the level of peace you hold in your heart. Just notice. This isn't a time for judgment. But the quicker we notice when we're not in a place of peace, the quicker we can find our way back to it. He says, create your own symbols or mental images for peace while representing a phrase that is, repeating a phrase that is meaningful for you, such as, I am peace, I radiate peace, or peace shines from me like a beacon and light adds to the world. When worrisome thoughts chatter in our minds, we can command them to be calm, just like Jesus did to the waves, peace be still. So in your prayer time, visualize this peace. Again, what does it look like just starting with you? I want to share a little bit of tomorrow's reading. So if anybody's reading, I'm sorry for the spoiler. And the books are wonderful. I'm sure you have them out there. If you don't have them, we're really grateful to follow. But tomorrow begins by saying, many of us have gestured the peace sign as that I have earrings on, see I'm all in theme today. The peace sign is we pass another indicating peace, my friend. Many of us have had a bumper sticker that reminds us of anyone traveling behind us of peace. Perhaps we've taken a stand for peace in public gatherings during times of conflict, chaos, or war. And these are all wonderful signs and actions that remind us it's in our heart's desire to live peacefully with one another. But, and here's the part I want to share with you most, sometimes, however, we have demonstrated what is not peace in our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Perhaps we have held a thought of resentment or have spoken from a place of anger. So, I'll read the rest tomorrow in your own book. Think about one of those times. Again, this is not a time for judgment. This is not a time for guilt or shame or blame. In fact, yesterday at a conference I made, someone proposed the idea of, what if we blamed people for the whole story? Rather than just blame them for what they did to us. What if we blame them for the gifts they gave to us? You know what? I blame you for sending my life in a different direction, which ended up being this tremendous blessing. I blame you for that. Because if you would have done this, I would have taken that turn, and all of this wouldn't have happened. And imagine we need to blame ourselves for the good, not just the bad, right? Instead of, oh man, I did say that thing I resent. I wish I would have said that to the person. Oh, I was kind of snippy. I did do that. How about, oh my goodness, look at how quickly I caught myself in that moment and turned it around. Ah, good job. So think for just a moment, and don't go too deep into the story. But when's a time when you weren't using your thoughts, your words, for good? Oh, now I sound like it was for thoughts. It was with me all the time. Think about a time, though, when you may have not been kind. Or even when you were maybe just on a rant of complaining. Or when you were fussing about the people who didn't do the tree right. Whatever it is, right? Sometimes it's the silliest thing. Years ago, I don't know, I think some of you may remember was it nano pets, those little toy things where you had to feed the little electronic dog and stuff to keep it alive. And my kids were little and I was to babysit it when they went to school. And crazy enough, I took care of this little thing, fed it, grew it, watered it, all the stuff. And then one day they came home and I don't know who conspired to do what, but someone found a little paper clip and reset it and killed this little electronic pet I'd been working so hard to grow. And I remember in the moment, I was like mad. And then I caught myself. Out of body experience, like, whoa, hold on. You may have lost your cool for a moment. Let's take time out. We all have those moments. And sometimes they're about really silly things. Like the ornament not being in the right place on the tree or resetting the silly little electronic pet that barely looks like an image of anything, right? And sometimes we go even bigger. So just think about a moment, and how could you have done it differently? Isaiah's prophecy, for unto us a child is born, speaks of a child, this little child, who is called to be the Prince of Peace, no pressure, right? And that Prince of Peace is within us. Ooh. The promise, though, offers hope and comfort. That simple scripture, and of course there's much more to it, but assures us that peace is not a distant dream. It's a tangible reality. Even when we may be ranting or having a moment, or even when we may turn on the news and see something that doesn't look like peace, whether it's outside there or whether it's inside of us, peace is still possible. It's a gift from the divine, and it's available to anybody who chooses to seek it. Because it's always there. I mean, it's kind of like air, gravity. It's always there, even if you don't know it. So in those moments, we can receive this gift. In those moments, sometimes it's just the power of the pause. And I talk about that often. That's one of my greatest tools. When I'm feeling off, when I'm feeling out of alignment, when I've lost the grip on my own peace, I can pause. And remember that this is the gift in me. This is available to me. It's within each and every one of us. So by cultivating a daily practice, and this is really, I think, the key to anything. All of these tools that we teach, they're wonderful and they're poetic and they sound great in theory. But if we are practicing them, we won't catch it as quickly. We'll be well down that, rant of whatever may be coming out of our mouth way far down the road before we notice, like, well, maybe I should have said that. Or maybe I should have reacted to that. But the more we practice, the quicker we notice it. We'll notice even the thought, and we can shift it. So this practice for us often looks like meditation. It looks like prayer. It looks like gratitude. I have always thought gratitude for me is the quickest and most direct route to end suffering. Almost instantly. So what is your practice? How do you practice peace in your life? Maybe it's breathing. I know breathing is a powerful tool, right? That heart, oh my goodness. Every time you breathe out, it's a little bit easier. That's a powerful heart. Powerful. But we can turn inside, within, and look for the still small voice. The voice of our higher self. The voice that isn't as attached to outward appearances. I've shared many times, just even the first line of the Tao meditation that I love so dearly. It says, close your eyes and you will see clearly. Close your eyes and you will see clearly. This inner connection allows us to experience a profound sense of peace, regardless of external circumstances. quickest way to do that is to come into this present moment. When we're in resentment, we're looking back into the past, which no longer exists except in our memory. When we're in worry, anxiety, we're thinking into the future, which really is, in this moment, just a story that you created up with your imagination. In this moment right now, truth is, peace is available. Of course, it's important to acknowledge all the feelings. It doesn't mean to pretend that something didn't upset you, or that you weren't sad, or that you weren't feeling all the feelings. Feelings are safe to feel. We just don't want to get stuck in these stories that hold us back, that limit us, that hold us and keep us in bondage. The holidays often are a time of grief, a time of loss. We remember the people no longer with us. It can be a powerful force, grief, that can disrupt that sense of peace as well, just like stress, right? And yesterday I read a Facebook post from one of my members in my cohort in ministerial school, and I asked her if I could share this. And I just want to share this little snippet that really stood out from her Facebook post. And this holiday season is the 3rd year since her husband passed. And just to share just a little bit of it, she said, the holidays can feel so hard after a loss. And when the loss happen during them, it magnifies the melancholy. For years, it can ruin celebrations. If you give permission to, that is. I asked members of my family recently, please don't let that single chapter where the loss happened ruin all of the beautiful ones that happened before it, or that can happen after it. If you're feeling grief, then by all means feel it. It's not your enemy. It's simply love turned inside out. Let the waves build and crest. Cry, punch pillows if you need to, as it does. It's there. Welcoming grief with compassion lets it help you transform your pain and hurt into healing and growing. The storm will calm, the waters will still, and you will find yourself ready to open just that much more to the light that surrounds you. You will find peace so you can be open to living and loving. Feel it all. And then go do something that feeds your joy and helps you to cherish the life you have now. Make new memories, begin new traditions. These are great ways to honor your love. Goes on a little further to say, we truly are the creators of our lives, and that we need to give ourselves permission to live again after loss. We're the only ones who can. Living again is no betrayal, as my grief or survivor's guilt sometimes tries to convince me. It's what I'm here for. If I am drawing breath, there's still more to learn, to do, to share, to be. I am here on purpose, and so are you. If you're surviving, shouldn't we entertain the possibility of thriving? To give it our best shot while we can? Friends, I want to invite you to take that even beyond grief. We may look ahead and there may be something that we're afraid of that may be coming, which again, we don't know what's coming. Didn't COVID teach us that really well? We have no idea what tomorrow holds. But in this moment, if we are willing to step out of the fear, if we're willing to step out of what we wish were, we can more fully be in peace and enjoy what actually is right now. Peace is available to us always, through mindfulness, gratitude, prayer, service, acceptance. We can find our way back to that. Be not afraid is our theme. But as we come through from fear, through faith, into peace, we can move into love. We can move into joy. We can take that peace with us out into the world. So as we continue our Advent journey, let us strive to embody the spirit of peace, however that looks to each and every one of you. Because as we imagined it in the beginning, it probably looked different, and that's okay. It takes all of our visions to create this wholeness, because we are all one, and what we put out there grows and affects and ripples out to each and every other one. So by aligning our thoughts and our actions with the divine principles, with the truth that we teach that we remind each other of, we can experience the transformative power of peace right here in our own lives, beginning right here in our own heart. And remember, when someone else can't hold a place for peace within their heart, whatever they're going through, whatever they may be facing, one gift we can give is to hold that space for them, with them. And when we can't hold it for ourselves, look around. You're surrounded by a loving community who can help hold it for you in the moments you can't for yourself. Peace is always available to us. Allow yourself to be that, to manifest that, to express that, to become that. Because the world needs that bit of peace is the way that you show up as it. Thank you. Now let's get ready to say our Lord's Prayer together. And again, as we go through these words, I invite you to not just speak them. Are we singing them? Yes. Oh, awesome. So don't just speak them, sing them. It's not what I was going to say, but I love it. Hear these words as yourself, as your church. the truth that we bring into this message, that these gifts go out and serve into the world. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
take a breath. Just take a breath. This is not the news that we wanted. It is not the future we saw for our wonderful, wonderful Anita. But we'll be all right.
Would you like to lead us in the breathing exercise before I
Yes, yes. And remember what I said earlier. When you breathe, you're opening your heart. So everybody, deep breath in and breathe out some of the grief. Deep breath in. And one more. And there's two things I want you to know. I just learned one of them this week. When you breathe in, you are massaging your insides. So you now can massage your heart that hurts, your arms that want to hold her, and Mike too. They're both tired. They're tired. And you can massage your head. Your brain needs your massage too. And the other thing I wanted to share is there is a difference between healing and curing. So don't stop sending healing. The curing part is out of our hands. The healing part is not. Healing always works.
Healing comes in many forms, and before we go into prayer, I want to just offer my time, my space, my presence with you. Unfortunately, I can't stay today after service because I'm in a conference today, but I will have Connie share my email and phone number. If anybody just wants someone to listen, to sit with, to be with, I'm available to you as well. So just take a deep breath. God, we thank you for this opportunity to love someone so deeply that we find a sense of sadness and grief when we hear that the end of their time on this planet is coming to a close. We know that grief wouldn't be possible without true love. And we know and affirm that Anita has been loved so well in her lifetime and in this community. So we affirm and pray that she find a sense of peace and comfort in the time that she has remaining here. We pass no judgment on that time, but we just thank you, God, for her presence in our lives and in this community. We know that she has made such a profound difference. And we see her and Mike and their family and their friends and all of us in this community comforted by the footsteps on our heart that have been placed there by Anita. And we know that even when she transcends from this earthly plane, that she will remain with us in spirit, in our hearts and our memories, and that will never cease to exist. So we don't understand the cycles of life always. We know that this is a part of it. This is included. So we honor our feelings, our grief, our sadness. We feel those feelings. And we come through them with gratitude for the love that is included. And we send that healing and that love to Anita and to Mike to surround them, that they may feel safe, secured, uplifted, and supported during this difficult time. We see them finding their way to gratitude for every moment that came before now and every moment that is yet to come. Because even in the midst of pain in our hearts and their hearts, we provide love is, peace is also. So we wrap her and each and every one. We wrap Mike and each and every one here in that love. And we see them finding peace in the midst of the storm. We send letters of love and gratitude. We send prayers for healing, whatever way is still yet unresolved, so that peace may be even more possible for us and for them. And we we send our love, we send our prayers, we send our appreciation for the life that has blessed us so deeply, that we've come to know as Reverend Anita. And so it is. As we come together to sing our peace song today, let's do so for her. Let's see her wrapped in this peace. Let's see her uplifted and remembering her truth. Remember, healing is a return to memory of wholeness. And we know and affirm that Reverend Anita is whole, always, as are we. So let's lift her up with this prayer. Let's lift this up with her up with this prayer, our presence in this space.
No, I gotta do the camera.
From us, from God, and all.